All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Barakti Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, and shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to 144,000, wherever they're scattered to the four corners of the earth. Shalom. You know, like every power, two power sources can't, or two powers, or two so-called superpowers can't exist in one space. Hence the reason why the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai made the training grounds for the elect and the spiritual prisons that the hopeful elect are kept in, not really enjoying life to the fullest, not really getting whatever they wanted in life, but still the Lord is giving them a little bit just to get through each day, because we live from day to day. And there can't be two ruling parties. You have the elections, right? You have each captivity we've been in. The Persians, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, you know? And the current one. Each nationality and race has had the chance to rule on the backs of us. The Lord made us go off, and we suffered for it, and rightfully so. But now, all the incarnations that we went through, now we are coming to that point where, you know, if we were born, you know, the incarnations that we were 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, etc., 3,000 years ago, now we're coming to that last one where a lot of us won't die. You'll be translated from this body to another. You won't experience death if you are part of that number where you're not beheaded. Even if you are beheaded, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to make you feel pain. Like, you know, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you know? They're in the fiery furnace because gold is purified, right? Except to men in the furnace of adversity. And if you are beheaded, or whatever your situation may be, whatever your lot is, you're not going to feel the pain because you have such faith. Pursuant to Hebrews 11:1 and 11:6, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You know, without faith, it is impossible to please Him. You know, you're not supposed to waver. You're supposed to be fully firm. You know, like a ton of weight on a level playing field. Just there, you're just firm in the faith. You know, where then the Lord is going to have the angels around you where you won't feel the pain. You know, if you're beheaded, you know, whatever your situation may be, if you're set on fire, or if you're tortured, you know, Esau gets his super soldiers to use hammers and blow torches and pliers on your toes and your fingers, eyelids, eyes cut out, whatever the situation may be. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to make you feel that pain. It'll be gruesome, but you won't feel the pain. Some of you will get spiritual power. You'll be fighting all the way. You won't taste death. Okay? We're coming into that time. As they say, you know, in a pub, when you have your last drink or your last pint of beer, it's your final call. They ring the bell saying, okay, if you want last drinks, that's it, you better get it in. It's the final call for Esau. This is it for them. This is the greatest it's going to be for them right now at this moment in time, especially Gen Z, those Edomites. You know, two superpowers can't exist together. Two powers can't exist together. Hence the reason you have elections. It has got to be one big daddy, right? It's got to be one head of the household. Can't be two. Can't be two bulls. They'll be, bucking up against each other. So it'll be an unstable ship. It's got to be one person that makes the decision. Like the mob, you can have consiglieres, you can have delegates and things of that nature. But you call the shots. You call the ultimate shots. And for example, when Jake had a little bit of power during the so-called Roaring Twenties, when there were so many black towns or Israelite areas, neighborhoods, those thousands and thousands of cities that were there created just after chattel slavery or cattle slavery. We always mentioned Rosewood and Rosewood, for example. Although the other one escapes me, the ones that were, when was it? That was destroyed by, each of these so-called black towns were destroyed by the so-called white man. They were self-sufficient, they were more successful. Esau was in prohibition and in depression. And guess who was coming up? Jake. Esau, the so-called white man, got jealous and burned those towns to the ground using the American army, right? All those so-called black cities were destroyed in America. Then lakes and rivers were put on top of it because it wasn't our time for rest. But if you just notice in that small fold in time, Jake was coming up and Esau was in depression. One was coming down, the other one was coming up. Now, on a greater scale, right now, we're coming up. Esau, the so-called white man, is going down. Yeah, you got Jakes out there that are struggling, but the Lord hasn't made them homeless. The Lord has just put you in a position where you can be used to not being comfortable. You got to be, as the elders say, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. But Esau, the so-called white man, is suffering because 98% of the homeless people that I see, damn near 99% are Edomites. Okay? The so-called white man, two-time loser in his own kingdom, is homeless, begging for cash, begging for change. Okay? Now you're seeing 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, the small things coming into play. For Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. A lot of Israelites are doing well. Jake is still dressed sharp, you know what I mean? Blinged out, nice ride, you know what I mean? Some of them got decent jobs, and even if they don't have a so-called high flyer job, they're still working and they're still sustaining themselves. Because Jake can make lemons without lemonade, right? Even though lemonade also was invented by Jake. Life through lemons. Jake, what did Jake do? Make lemonade out of it, as well as all the other inventions. That's just an example and an analogy, an example that we used. If I can use that term. Right? And a lot of Jakes are struggling. Some of them are in between jobs or whatever. Because there's jobs still out there, even though the system hasn't completely collapsed. But there's a lot more competition because you've got a lot of people still going for the same job. It's probably tripled or quadrupled over the last 3 years. But the Lord is going to sustain you, Jake, if you're in that situation. You're going to get a job soon. All right? The Lord is carrying you this far. The Lord didn't bring you this far to break you down and destroy you. The Lord is just testing you where your faith is. Yeah, you're going to be kicked. You're going to be kicked while you're down spiritually. But you got to pick yourself up, because a just man falleth 7 times. Ultimately, just building your faith up. You're going to be okay. All right, that phone call or that interview is going to come for you, and you're going to get that job. Your paperwork's going to go through. You're going to start working. You're going to be balancing out again. All right, while Esau's still going to be homeless. You're going to be all right. But then, very soon, in the next few months, it could be very, very soon. It could be sooner than that. The bubble's going to pop. All right, which brings us closer to the translation of one kingdom to another. Right? And these curses are going on our enemies, man. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. All these curses are going upon our enemies. Not on a greater scale yet, because you've got a lot of Edomites and heathens still living so-called, I hate using that term, but this, a lot of these heathens eat pork, so let's just use it for them. They're living high on the hog, which is their world. They eat abominations anyway, like shellfish and crab and lobster, thinking that they're doing something. All right. Because England, actually, before I go into another couple of pictures, let's go into a couple of scriptures, man. Scriptures, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. I mean, that's how the so-called white man got this world, right? Through unrighteous dealings, going against the Israelites, especially the tribe of Gad, and the other and southern kingdom that were nice to you, that treated you nice, because Jacob, for the most part, is easygoing, and our people are very nice and go above and beyond to be helpful and please you. You know what I mean? That's what Gad did. And what did the so-called white man, Gad meaning the so-called native Indians, including the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans today, and the Brazilians and all that, those that are of native Indian descent on their father's side, regardless of how they look on the outside. They were nice to you. What do you Edomites do? Cristobal Colon, who they call Christopher Columbus, people like him and his cohorts. They said, these people are nice. It'll be easy to subjugate them and enslave them, which they did, because it was manifest destiny, as a so-called white man likes to say it, that they were going to rule, and they knew, right? And that's how they got the world. Right, but now also, as Elder Malcolm would say of GMS Chicago, manifest destiny has a part 2. You like Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, and all these sequels, right, and prequels and all that kind of thing. Well, manifest destiny has a part 2 and a permanent one. There won't be no part 3. The Israelites are going to rule forever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. All right? You Edomites are not going to come back up after 1,000 years, where you're going to start building in skyscrapers and all that kind of crap no more. Where you're going to make the template look of your stupid look with your side parting hair and your clean shave, your bald face. With your stinky bodies, wearing suits, not showering for 2 weeks, but, putting out the electric razor just to shave, but not washing your ass. That's how you filthy dogs are. That's how you got everything. You turned places like India, which was a first world country, right? In the space of 200 years, you turned it to a third world country, because England was a shithole. Then you got the nerve to say, oh, those people live in shitholes. It's calling Latin America a shithole. When you cause the problems, steal everything from them, and then say, oh, look how they are. Okay, if it's such a shithole country, if Africa is such a shithole continent, right? If India is such a shithole country, if Latin America is such a shithole place, why the fuck were you there? What were you doing there? It wasn't a shithole country when you initially went there, did you, Esau? Okay? When you come from a shithole place, you're from the Caucasus Mountains, Mount Seir prior to that. You cave dogs, hence the reason why you call yourself Caucasian. Cave dweller, all right? That's the unrighteous dealings you did with the Israelites, all right? Injuries. You enslaved, maimed, graped, males and females, and children. And riches got by deceit, by lying, stealing. All right? Now the kingdom is translated from one people to another. It hasn't completely happened yet, but we are on the verge of it, and you can see it slowly happening. Wasn't tons and tons of gold found in Uganda recently? But Esau trying to get a hold of it now. But that gold is found for the Israelites, and it's going to be way more gold than that because the Lord's going to make it come to fruition. We're basically taking back what's ours, and we are going to take back what's ours with interest. All right, you damn devils, you are nothing but hell coming to you. You understand that? For 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The world is not going to explode, you simple Muslims, you simple wacky tacky Christians. You know, if you notice all these kinds of movies, I was watching the movie again last night, which I love to watch. Don't Look Up. You know, and if you look at the scene where all the comets are coming, that's like that scripture comes in my mind that my sword shall be bathed in heaven, which is all the nuclear missiles, all the nuclear warheads are going to hit America. All right. But Esau always likes to show it as though the world is going to end and no one's going to exist. So basically, Esau, the so-called white man, likes to put the energy out there. Oh yeah, we could cause all this hell on the Israelites, and then after that, the Lord is going to destroy the world, and we're not going to get no comeback or get back to these Edomites. That's a false balance. Then the Lord make you rule over us. Didn't you get your time in the sun, huh, Esau? Even though you really can't go in the sun, didn't you get your time in the sun, Elam, Moab, you East Indians? You Chinks, Chinese people, you other heathen nations, and you get your time in the sun, you natural Africans, you Hamites. Right now, the so-called white man, huh? Didn't you make mockery of the Israelites, but still stole all their music genres and all the inventions, everything. This world ticks because of Israelites. All right, without the Israelites, you crackers are nothing. Do you understand that? You are a nobody people. Even in this rulership, your woman desires the top head tribe. They desire the Judite man. All right, they also desire the rest of the other tribes as well. You know, but the Judite man is a very sought after man, the so-called black man, by you so-called white women. You rich so-called white women looking for them bulls, right? All right, even though Jake is doing some things in wickedness, but we can just say, yeah, even in your rulership, the so-called black man is, the suntan Superman. Yeah? And the world is not going to end. All right? The world abideth forever. Okay? As the Lord says. Okay? All right? Otherwise, the 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9 would not make sense. The world is not going to end. Yeah, America is going to be destroyed. America is the only place that's going to be destroyed. The rest of the world is going to still be inhabitable. And there's also numerous thousands and thousands of planets. Because as the Lord says, in my house are many mansions, and those mansions are planets. And the earth is still expanding. The space is still expanding. Creation is still, expanding. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is creating more and more and more for the elect. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau, the so-called white man, is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Israelites. All right? You know? And a lot of the Israelites have cried a lot. Some Jakes cry daily. Just fed up in this world. Sometimes things aren't going your way, but we know there's a greater reward. You know? For our light affliction is but for a moment, isn't it? Psalms 126 verse 5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. You know? I watch a lot of spiritual power movies. My favorite is Superman 2. You know? I love seeing Superman, The power is just being young forever, powerful, flying. Watching the Flash, seeing him run. And we know Esau, the so-called white man, gets that from the movies and shows. So the little bit of hell that we go through, not getting everything that you want. but we ask for Yahweh Shemashai to at least give us our daily bread. And with that, you work, you save a little, you can get your trinkets. You know, whatever little extras that you can get, at least give us that. Yahweh Shemashai Ratazah. You know, so we can get that balance until the bubble pops, and the bubble's gonna pop soon. Because I tell you one thing, it's better to get your licks now, right? Let the Lord give you the licks now. Instead of getting it when all hell breaks loose. All right. So whatever you're going through, you're gonna be okay. All right. You're gonna be okay. All right. Psalms 126 verse 5: They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Yeah, I like watching them spiritual power movies, man. X-Men. You know, you think about the things the elect. I mean, all Israelites are going to have in the kingdom, but the elect, the 144,000 men, whoever they are across the four corners of the earth, are going to be mini most highs, as one of the prophets of GMS said. I don't know who said it, but which is literally true. You know, Can you imagine just waking up every day and you're just living in a beautiful, 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 immaculate mansion? Here, we fret about mess and tiny, the damn vacuuming and dusting and stuff or whatever. Because Jakes, we like to have. I like me personally. I like to have my place in order. I'm a very I'm compartmentalized. There's certain set clothes you wear at home. Your chill out stuff. There's certain things that you wear when you're going to work. There's certain things that you wear when you're out and about, trying to look sharp or whatever. There's the way you like to have things in order. It could be order, chaotic order, but you try and have some kind of order. Basically, a clean house. And we worry about that, but we just think about how the kingdom is going to be. It's going to be such an overwhelming feeling being in the kingdom. Can you just imagine that? I mean, once Yahweh Shai returns, the kingdom is here. Once you're being beamed up into them chariots, the kingdom is here. You're going to be in them chariots, man. The chariot's going to be like, like a planet. You're going to be in there. It's going to be beautiful in there. It's going to be beautiful in there. You're not going to have to worry about nothing. Because remember, you're not taking nothing with you. You're not going to take your jewelry with you. You're not going to take your gold or silver jewelry with you. Oh, I'm going to take my favorite chain and pair of earrings or my bracelet or whatever. I'm going to take my favorite Nike Maxes or my Timberlands or whatever. My favorite leather jacket. Or my favorite t-shirt. I don't know, jeans or whatever. You're not going to take nothing with you. Kalari Habashimashai 414. So you're not going to take nothing with you. You're not even take your flesh with you. I sometimes even think how the Lord's going to change us, how we're going to look. Will we just look like a better rendition of ourselves? Some brothers have got no hair. Some brothers' hair is thinning. Some of us are Israelite foreigners like myself. Sometimes you have an idea of what tribe you could be from, and you think to yourself, how will I look? How tall will I be? You try and train and lift weights and try and maintain some kind of diet where you can look somewhat decent. And you think to yourself, how's my physique going to be? And you think about the spiritual powers. But you know what most importantly you think about is Yahweh Shai, man. Just beholding his majesty. Just beholding his majesty, man. Just seeing his majesty, Yahweh Shai. Rakti Yahweh Shai. Just to see him. Can you imagine that? Just seeing the Lord right there, man. Just imagining him in your mind when you're praying, or seeing him in your mind when you're praying, or just seeing spiritual numbers and other, seeing the chariot. You're actually going to see his majesty. I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Just seeing him, it's going to be amazing. And all the knowledge and how your brain is going to open up. Because I'm up in age. I'm in my late 40s now, right? And sometimes you forget things. Because I remember 20, 25 years ago, I would never forget nothing. My brain was sharp. Now all of a sudden, I can't even remember what I did yesterday. You know, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Because we Esau's putting all this nonsense in the all the chemtrails and the poisons in the food. We can feel this heavy demonic energy on us as well. It's weighing you down, weighing us down, right? You know, and we think about every single day what we'd like to get done, all the chores that need to be done, and sometimes you get them done, sometimes you don't. But sometimes that depression demon comes on you because you got going through so much, and you think to yourself, how the that negative demon comes in. You say, how the fuck am I going to get out of this? And then you just say to yourself, this is nothing yet. We were in chattel slavery once, or whichever captivity, all the numerous captivities we've been in. Look where we are now, and it's only going to get better. This ain't forever, and the Lord's not going to put you in a position where while for the short duration, while money is still being used, physical money, debit cards, and things like that, where you're going to be in a situation where people are going to be knocking on your doors, because the Lord is going to give you that balance. Because the Lord doesn't want you to be confounded. Because if you're praying for something, why would Yahweh Hashem Mashai confound you? The Lord might push you to the edge where you feel like that, but then lo and behold, the blessings come through. And then your faith is increased further. That's how it works. Your faith can't increase if the Lord says to you or if you're told prior, you pray and and you're told, you're going to get blessed on Tuesday the 21st at 3 p.m. How does faith get increased then? You're going to have that I believe it when I see it sort of spirit. No. You can't believe it when I see it. It's kind of spirit. You got to have a what's that scripture that comes to mind now? Let's read this one first. 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Okay, this our light affliction is but for a moment, man. And this affliction is working for us where we're going to be blessed because, listen, the false balance is not a good thing. And the Lord is against false balances. You think the Lord's just going to put you in an abased situation where you won't come up? Where you just abased all the way while you're on this side and then you get come up in the kingdom. Yeah, you're going to be abased on this side, but the Lord's going to give you that balance where you can somewhat breathe, where you're in water, but your head is not underneath it. Your head is above the water where you can breathe and you can maneuver. If I can use that as an example. Okay. Second Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. All right, the kingdom, because the kingdom is based on how Yahweh Hashem Yashai wants it to be, a righteous kingdom, and that's eternal. This kingdom, man, is bricks and mortar and these concrete roads and tarmac, these tiled roofs, these brick houses or wooden houses or whatever, they're temporal. Okay, these pounds, dollars, euros only last while this kingdom is still ticking away on its, the kingdom still exists. You destroy every city in the world, you think these dollars and pounds are going to be worth anything. It only exists while this rulership has a little bit of power. Because real money is gold and silver, all right? But even then, when this kingdom falls, you're not going to use gold. You think people are going to be wanting gold and silver when that happens? You can probably use it for a short duration. Well, because people are going to assume that, okay, things are going to pick back up, especially people that have businesses. you know. But people are gonna be looking for food and shelter, somewhere warm to sleep at night, water to wash. All right, but the key things are gonna be food and water and clothing when they're back. All right, even that's not gonna even be gold and silver, and definitely cash ain't gonna be worth nothing. You've seen the movie I Am Legend, right? It's all temporal. Will Smith's dog runs into the bank. What does he find in the bank? Piles and piles and piles and piles of cash. That cash only was worth something because the so-called white man created a system where paper money was actually called money. It's fiat currency. Fiat meaning fake. It's monopoly money. It's literally monopoly money because there's a system created where there's a use for it. Now, if that system is destroyed, which is going to happen, leading to the mark of the CHIP, sorry, the mark of the BEAST, Revelation 13:16. All right, that money ain't going to be worth nothing. All right, all that cash was only worth something, all right, when the world is up and running. You know, there's probably like a couple of million there. You know, it's not a couple of million, probably 100 million or whatever, just piled up like a big sort of miniature money house, money, like a pallet full of cash, piled up maybe about 5 feet tall. But it was not worth anything. All right. So this kingdom is temporal. All right. What we got coming is eternal, man. Eternal, eternal, eternal. And here is sort of the internet plays up, man, every time you try to make some kind of video. Just like America, right? You got a lot of ghost towns. They're painting fake windows, fake doors on bricks just to make it look lively. But everything's closing down. Seaside towns, which you call like beach areas where people would go on the weekend, it's all closed down. There's nothing left. Ghost towns everywhere. All right, yeah, there's still towns that are so-called popping or whatever. That's mainly where Jake is at, right? But for the most part, where these heathens are at, especially these Edomites, it's like this. Abandoned ghost town, UK's most polluted street families forced to leave. All right, just completely destroyed. And it's mainly the so-called Edomite areas that are like that. Even the heathen areas like Elam and all that, they're like that too. They're kind of moving business-wise, but it's not lively. Where Jacob is at, it's lively and it's slightly moving, but it's not like it was like in the 90s. It's so-called, it's a place to, and obviously London, the major key metropolis, is not like how it used to be, but it's still places where there's a core concentration of people that are going there to shop and going to the O2 Arena to see boxing fights. Because I went there with my son in July just to see a couple of boxing matches, you know. Um, yeah, and it was a packed arena, you know. There were people everywhere, you know, because London's full of a lot of Israelite foreigners, Elam, Ishmael. Obviously, the Benjaminites and Judite brothers are there too. A lot of Portuguese Jakes, Latino Jakes, and guess who's homeless all the time? It's Esau. You only see them, those blanquitos, as my Latin brothers would say, as sitting on the floor with a cardboard sign saying, help. You know, we know San Francisco is dead, man. Ain't no more streets of San Francisco, man. Michael Douglas ain't running around in a vibrant city like they used to be in the 80s. If you remember that show, we used to get it over here as well. We got all them American shows here, man. It's the same scenario everywhere, man. Homelessness, locals carrying machetes, shoplifting and homelessness plague best place to live in England. That's just 7 months ago. All right. Turd towns, the full log. Turd towns, basically SHIT towns, UK ghost town. deprived, homeless, and abandoned in Bristol Caravan City. The full story. I'm not going to click on it because you know how YouTube does. They already banned me, put me in YouTube prison for about a week. Look, James Corden's £8.5 million abandoned mansion. Remember that fat Edomite who's in America with a British accent? He's got an £8.5 million mansion. I don't know, is this in America or here? Let me see. I mean, with the grey sky, I'm assuming it's it's neither here or there, you know. Coventry's in northern England. This guy travels everywhere, checking out effed up towns in London, in the UK, and that homeless crisis in the UK. Excuse me. Broken Britain. Look at that. That used to be a once vibrant pub. They've painted all sorts of graffiti on it to make it look vibrant, to make it colourful. The truth about UK homelessness, it's not just about money and housing. Well, yes, it is. If you got money, you can have housing. Duh. You know? If you don't have the money, you can't have the housing. You know? No money, no honey. No woman either. No money, no housing. You don't that statement, you don't work, you don't eat, is a very true statement indeed. You know? Then you got some women and some people even finding tiny apartments like this for $650 a month. Damn, that's a tiny apartment. Where the heck does she sleep? Oh, look at this. Oh, okay. It's not so bad. I thought that was this little cubicle there. $650 a month ain't bad, man. That's like going back to early '90s pricing. If there's only one person, I mean, a couple could live in that, really, if you think about it. Yeah, there I go digressing again. I might check this video out later. New York City. I'll just show the UK. New York City is building anti-homeless streets. Have you noticed a common theme here? Who's homeless? Edomites. 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 I don't see many brown faces there, bruv. You know what I mean? And I see it in real time daily, man. All right, you see one brown person there, like one. I did say earlier initially in the video that it's about 99% is many Edomites. All right. I mean, this lady and her child, they probably got a roof over their head, but they're probably like living in they're in hotels, but she's still got a roof over her head. Ghost town in Scotland. Look at that, exploring a fully stocked pharmacy, which is basically what you call a drugstore in America, in a ghost town. Look at that, fully stocked. I'm surprised the dope fiends ain't raided there trying to get all the morphine and the cocaine, because they usually have that in pharmacies, don't they? These abandoned houses were never lived in. Cursed. Well, yeah, the curses are coming on you, Esau. They're coming on you. They're coming on you. Where are we at? And I was mentioning earlier about the false balance, for you Jakes out there that are going through the ringer right now, don't worry, man. The blessings are coming. Because I know you're praying daily, man. Sometimes you're praying 10, 15, 20 times a day. You're praying when you get overwhelmed. You wake up in the morning overwhelmed, worried, Those prayers are going to be answered, man, if you're sincere. Because if you're praying in the name and you have been seeing spiritual things along the way, and there's a confidence in your system, in your spirit, Yahweh Hashem Mashah is going to look out for you, man. Those prayers are going to be answered. And also one thing as well, if you've been asking for things, right? Let's just say you're praying for family members, but the prayers have come to pass where the family members have been taken care of first, but you're yet to be taken care of. Well, that means your prayers are being answered. You're just maybe next on the list. Remember that as well. All right? Look at it that way. All right? I know it's hard. All right? But remember, Lord says, Proverbs 11, verse 1, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, but a just weight is his delight. The Lord ain't going to break you down and just destroy you, man. If you're his. I mean, look at the so-called white man. He's a piece of shit in the caves, an abomination, a thief, a murderer, and enslaver. He looks weird as well. But then the Lord give him his little bit of glory, in Rome and Greece and even now, huh? Perpetrating to be the Messiah, Yahushua, perpetrating and painting the likeness of his images, pursuant to the book of Maccabees, so-called whitewashing, pretending to be the Knights, the Irish, the real Italians, pretending to be them. Then he give them their little bit of glory, and we assumed as children, damn, they're King Arthur, they're King David, they're Yahushua, or so-called Jebus at the time. Are they're Moses? And by the way, Charlton Heston, if you're still alive, you're going to get it bad. And all you crackers that have played the Messiah using your demonic image, you're going to get it too. All right? I don't know whether Charlton, I don't really give a shit. He's going to be a slave anyway. All right? So didn't the Lord give them their little bit of glory, making them feel that they were important, and their children and all the Edomites after them actually believe that they are the people of the Bible. They're the people that are in Persia. They're the people that were in, Egypt. Even the Hamites, they're the people in every rulership. They actually believe. They even thought that they were Bass Reeves, which is a so-called black man, basically the Lone Ranger. They thought they were Robin Hood, which is a so-called black man. They want to be everybody what they really are, which is a cave beast. They want to be the Last Samurai, man, the American Ninja. They want to be the last of the Mohicans, man. Showing some bald-faced cracker with long hair like Van Halen. When Gad looks way more sharper, man. Them high cheekbones, square-jawed face, a jet black hair, that brown copper skin tone. Edomite women desiring him. Tall and muscular, but then they show some this hairy-bodied Edomite with long hair in that. Trying to make everybody think you're those people. You're nobody, Esau, and all those lies are crumbling down, and even your own people are bringing it out. And even now, some of you crackers are proud, man, thinking that what's Denzel Washington is playing, a Roman. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know what it's about at the moment, whether he's calling himself an Israelite, which I don't think they'll show him, or just calling himself a Roman, or maybe, I don't know, a so-called African prince or whatever. I don't know, whatever the situation may be. But Septimius Severus, they were black men. Yeah. Hannibal was a so-called black man. Yeah. All right. The Holy Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was the Edomites. The Holy Roman Empire was the so-called black man, the Israelites that took it over. We were there. You Edomites don't have no idea. You think that everybody, your pale flesh was everywhere? You were there. Stealing, pillaging, raping, and then rewriting history, putting yourself up as every single important person under the sun. You even made the Most High look like you. And you're going to pay for that. When, man, let's get back to the fact of the matter, man. The false balance is an abomination to the Lord. All right? So if Esau can get a just balance and have his time in the sun and have a chance to rule a piece of shit like that, that's going to be a slave forever and ever and ever, then be deleted after 1,000 years. How much more Yahweh Shemashai's people, man? And how much more his elect? All right? We're going to be all right, man. All right? A false balance is abomination to the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, but a just weight is his delight. All right? So we're coming into our blessing soon, man. We've got the elections in approximately 48 hours. Let's see what happens. A lot of people are talking about hell breaking loose in terms of where it could go on. If it does break loose, which our Lord willing it does, because this is a hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, it could go on from November all the way to January. And we've seen all those Google images, which Elder Amawan Gabar, I believe, brought out on Google, where you type in 2024, 2025, 2026 or whatever, and it shows 2025 is chaotic, man. fire and flames and all that shit. You know? So 2025 is going to be, you know, listen, man, there's still going to be work still going to be going on unless the bubble pops this year and the Karagma is implemented early next year. All right? But that remains to be seen. But me, from a personal perspective, in my own thought as an Israelite man, I would say if Jake got to work in this world, is probably to a stretch, that is, right? This is me speaking. All right? Nobody else said this but me, Gabar. Right? I would say anything from 9 months to a year, max, right? Or short duration, 6 to 7 months, and the Karagma comes in. I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. Because the Lord Yahweh Shai, man, is not going to make this kingdom go on that long, man. Esau can have his timeline of putting out information about the UFOs or IFOs, you know, the chariots of Yahweh Shem Shai, and saying, oh, they got a 10-year window, and the chariots are going to come in 2027. Okay, yeah, Esau does do a diligent search. How the fuck do they know when the chariots are going to come? Because they're probably looking at the chariot that they've seen that's coming towards the earth, the giant chariot, right, which is a so-called UFO or IFO, identifiable flying object, right? They can probably see by the speed that it's coming at that, okay, yeah, it'll be here in the Earth's atmosphere by 2027. But nah, it's gonna happen. I feel way before that. All right. I feel it's gonna happen way before that. All right, but that's just me thinking out loud. This is just my own estimation. All right, obviously sooner rather than later. So Jake's in that situation where you're trying to find something, wherever your brothers are, you're gonna find something, man, to sustain yourself. All right, when you do get yourself balanced out and find yourself a few small joys, you know, wherever they are, righteous ones, of course, and keep it moving, man. Let's keep sending up them prayers and them curses as well to destroy this kingdom. You know, because our time is coming, man. All right, our time is coming. Where's the other video? Where's the other one gone? 1 second, man. Damn it. I was going to read some more scriptures, but I think I'll leave it there. Let's see what's here. UK is fallen. See if there's any other images that give my heart joy and anybody else joy. Okay, 4 months ago, why the UK's economy stopped working. You got this clown here as well. Why the UK is falling behind the EU and US. Why UK is going bankrupt. This is from 3 months ago. England's identity crisis, the fallout of demographic shifts, briefly explained. See the energy that's out there? See what's going on? The UK has fallen. Tom Hayden. Right? The rise and fall of British power. See? What goes up must come down. And indeed it is happening. In real time. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Akakwadash. Cost of living crisis. It's only you Edomites that are complaining about it. Jake is doing fine, man. You know? Yeah, Jake's feeling it, but Jake is being provided with the Lord's beautiful way of providing Jake whatever he needs, whether it's a great job or whether, you live in a household where you all have decent jobs and you share the bills and, wherever your situation may be. The Lord is taking care of you, man. UK riots. Elon Musk. UK riots. Elon Musk claims civil war in the UK is inevitable. I mean, this dude's American, right? But he knows because UK is the sister or the mother of America. Right? And this is 2 months ago. I'm going to check out a couple of these videos. How bad is the UK's economy? The UK has fallen. What happened? Oh my days. The hell is that? One of them flip-flops by the look of it. Areas to avoid in London. Look at that, birth rate has fallen. Who do they show in the image? Birth rates. Whose birth rate has fallen? Oh, Kalali Habashim Ashai, 144. Whose birth rate has fallen? It's you Edomites. But you better get that birth rate up. Because we're gonna need slaves. And the Lord's gonna make that happen. If Esau wasn't so much of a a happy person, maybe the birth rate would go up. See, with all the negativity, they always have to chuck in something to give you Edomites hope. 7 reasons why UK's economic decline could be ending. Well, it's not going to end. Why England is so ugly. It's been ugly. All right? Why I left the UK. How the UK is becoming a third world economy. Yeah, look at that, 100 years, 104 years. Rich, 2024, poor. Yeah, that was it. That's when they destroyed Black Wall Street as well, 1921, wasn't it? Look at that, UK riots, Elon Musk claims civil war, and UK is inevitable, and America has fallen. See that? Brother and sister falling together. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. As mentioned before, there can't be two kings. All right? There can't be 2 rulers. As you can see, we're seeing 1 fall. We're seeing 1 rise. We're seeing Esau decline and Jacob incline, if that's the word I can use. You're seeing You're seeing Esau on the decline and Jacob on the rise. Esau on the decline, and Jacob on the rise. You're seeing Esau on the decline and Jacob on the rise. All right? That's what you're seeing. Because Jacob is doing a heck of a lot better, man, than his Edomites, that's for sure. I live in at least a 90% brown area, right? Of various nations. A lot of JK where I live. And all the homeless people are Edomites, man, straight up. Anyway. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. And double honors to the apostles and bishops and elders of Great Millstone again, and shalom to the prophets of our body. And Kwam Yasharala, and shalom to the 144,000. And Brakti Habashim Ashai. Shalom.